Let's talk about the top mistakes that agents make. Not just new agents make these, but new agents don't know any better than to make these mistakes. Seasoned agents, well, a lot of them don't know any better to make these mistakes too, so they make them anyway. So let's get right to it. Don't confuse being busy with being productive. Lots of agents run around, drive around in their car, do a bunch of stuff because they're not being efficient with your time. Your time is your primary business resource. You are your primary piece of production equipment. Scrolling through feeds, watching YouTube videos, listen to podcasts, stay constantly active is not necessarily building a business. You need to look at ROI, the return on investment of your time. Your time is one of your two scarce resources in life. You have time and you have money. When you start in real estate, usually you have an abundance of time and not much money, which means you really only have one thing to invest, which is time. Making sure you're using that time as well as you possibly can is critical. So you need to limit the kind of advertising and marketing you're doing to no more than 3 things. Pick 3 things that you're going to do. You could make a list of 50 things if you want to, but only do 3. Pick the 3 you're going to do and you stick with those 3 and you do them until they start to work, or until you've given them enough time to where they prove they're not going to work and you eliminate the one that's working least well. Go back to your list, pick one of the other things on the list that you wanted to try, add it to, make it the new 3rd thing, and continue to work it. Depending upon the thing that you're talking about, the length of time that you need to give it, I would say for most real estate things, you want to be at least 3 months that you're going to give something. So if you're going to go to networking events and things like that, after 3 months, you should start getting you should have some deals in the pipeline that came from that. Now, it's critical if you're going to do this properly, you track where your business is coming from. If it's going to be social media, if it's going to be those things, 3 months, you should start to see things. Things like direct mail marketing, you need a longer lead time. It takes 6 months at a minimum before you're probably going to see much of anything from that. So you need to know that if you're going to be working in this business, being busy, it doesn't give you release from responsibility. Agents a lot of times, I'm just so busy, I'm keeping myself busy. You need to make sure that the time that you're spending is time that is being spent efficiently and well. Are you getting ROI for the thing that you're doing? If you're not, get it out of the way because it's a wasted investment. So don't waste your investment. Don't waste your one critical resource, your time. Showing homes without a signed agreement, guys, is one, it's unethical at this point if you're a realtor. It's in violation of the settlement agreement. You're potentially going to find yourself in contempt of court. You're definitely going to get fined, and you could potentially lose your real estate license, all right? It's not bold to do this, it's broke. Even if you're not a realtor and you think, oh, I can just do this without that, that's my competitive advantage. So what you're saying is, you're so not good at what you do that you can't get somebody to agree that if you do what you said you're going to do, that they're going to pay you? I mean, in what world is it okay to work with somebody that's on the fence as to whether or not you should get paid for the work that you're doing? You're front-loading work. You're doing all the work up front and you're agreeing to delay getting paid till you successfully navigated the transaction. And if you don't successfully navigate the transaction, you don't get paid. Under that circumstance, it's okay for them not to be okay to pay you. You need to take and get in writing what the terms of the agreement that you have are. That settlement agreement, guys, gave us the reason to get clarity with our customer again, because in many states we've fallen away from this. Some states, they had the requirements that you had to get agreements signed. Other states, it was just a free-for-all. In today's world, it is easier than it's ever been to get a signed agreement done with your customer. Go in, here's the agreement we have, here's what I'm going to work for, here's the way that I get paid. I only get paid if we successfully navigate this. Depending upon how your compensation is going to work, getting your agreement signed is nothing more than you showing you're actually worth something and that your customer should work with you. Another critical thing is, and real estate is huge on this, marketing yourself without mastery is just manipulation. If you don't know what the hell you're doing and you're out there, Buy real estate for me. Real estate celebrates this fake it till you make it culture. And I understand when you're new, there's a lot you don't know and you need to make money. It's your actual job. I get it. But your job is not to fake it till you make it. Your job is to actually do whatever you can to know what the hell you're talking about as quickly as you possibly can. In real estate, in reality, you have two jobs. Know what the hell you're doing. Market yourself as somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. Our industry tells us to take and prioritize job number 2, and eventually we'll get around to job number 1, and most people never really get there. There are tons of educational opportunities in real estate. They are everywhere. There is so many ways to learn so much. Prioritizing your time, when we talk about that good ROI, educating yourself in things that actually are going to matter is what you want to prioritize early in your real estate career. You want to still be working with people. You want to be going out there and helping people as best you can. And yes, that is a little bit of faking it till you make it. That's one of the reasons why I would suggest partnering early on with other agents that have experience so you can learn from them on the go. And you're making sure the people that are trusting you, your customers who are trusting you to look out for them, that they're well looked after. Because even though you're not getting all the compensation, you're splitting with somebody else, you know the quality of what they're getting is better. You know they're going to be looked after by somebody that knows what to look out for. When you're new, you just don't have the capacity to do that. So learn as much as you can, as quickly as you can. I'm telling you, if you take the first year and you're spending a bunch of your time taking classes, you're taking at least a class a week at the board and taking whatever they can give you out there, you will be smarter than the majority of the other agents out there within 6 months of that first year. Because most agents come into this business, take a couple of classes, and then just do the bare minimum they need to renew their license. If you want to be an expert in 6 months, prioritize education while working simultaneously. It will help you more than anything. Another big one that is a huge issue in our industry, skipping follow-up is the most expensive mistake you will ever make. Most agents, when I go all over the country and I teach, I ask agents to raise their hand. I say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you with follow-up? And immediately the guilty chuckles in the room occur because it's funny. Ha ha ha, I don't follow up really well with my customer. I'm a 1 or a 2 on a scale of 10. How is that okay? What are you doing instead of doing that? What could you be doing that's more important than letting the people that you've worked with know that they're important to you? Oh, Josh, I'd rather cold call. So you'd rather call perfect strangers that have a 2% conversion rate than the people who have already done business with you, who already know you, would actually be okay getting a phone call from you? Prioritizing follow-up is a critical life skill. So if you got a piece of paper and a pen, I'll give you 5 steps to perfect customer follow-up right now. Step 1. Have a CRM. Start this out at the beginning of your operation. Always have a CRM. Always use your CRM, because step 2 is super important as well. Every single person you're working with, everyone, even if they're in your personal life, oh, I have them on IG. Everyone is in your CRM. Step 3. Every person in your CRM has a dated follow-up task that is due within the next 90 days. Step 4 to perfect follow-up. Never leave the office or wherever you work from. Never leave. You're never done with work until you've done all your tasks that are due. Step 5. When completing your follow-up with the person that was in your list, immediately reschedule it for 90 days from today. If you follow that model right there, folks, you will have perfect follow-up, contacting your customers 4 times a year, which is four more times a year than about 98% of agents actually do. You are in the rarefied air, because the 2% that do the follow-up are the most successful agents in the industry, hands down. You want to know the keys to the kingdom. Make sure the people that work with you know that you're grateful for the business that you've given them, that you never give them the chance to forget you. And you know what happens with that simple phone call? Oh, Josh, I'm so glad you called. My cousin is moving to the area. You think you can help him find the house? 100% of my business has come from that phone call. It's a great tool, guys. It's an easy way, a free way. All you're investing is a little bit of your time to talk to people who want to talk to you anyway. It's an easy thing. Last one, especially for new agents, and this is not a sexy topic, but it is one we got to talk about. If you don't role play, then you're actually going to take and practice with your paycheck on the line. So what I mean is, customers come and they hit us with objections. They say stuff to us, and sometimes it's hard to get past and all. So we sit there and we figure out how we're going to handle it and all. And the problem is, we don't practice that. And so while we have this great comeback that we're going to use, we have this great thing that we want to say, when it's time, the customer actually hits us with the thing and we're ready. We're like, oh man, I got this thing ready to go to say to them about this. But we haven't actually said it. We haven't heard ourselves say it. When it comes out, it tanks. It's not as good as it should be. It's not as good as it could have been. We could have done something prior to using it to make it better than it was in an environment that wouldn't have cost us anything. That's what role play is. It is a chance for you to get the muscles of your mouth, to hear yourself say things and see whether it resonates, see whether it feels good saying it. Because in my head, there are things that I could try to say to people that it's like, yeah, man, if I was to say that, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna get me just what I want. And then I try to say it and I get either a porky pig, like it doesn't come out right, or I say it and the way I think it's gonna feel out there in the universe between me and the customer, it doesn't feel that way at all. I misjudged how it was gonna sound. If I had just simply said to somebody, hey, hit me with this objection, and I got a chance to say it back and hear it, have myself say it, hear it out loud, I would have easily been able to take and figure this out. If you take and avoid these mistakes, you are setting yourself out way ahead of the pack, guys. These fairly simple issues derail so many agents' businesses. Get out on the right side of this thing, get out in front of these things, do the work, and man, where you are a year from now, you won't believe how far you've come. All right, so if you're a realtor, what that means is that you are a member of the Board of Realtors, that you've joined the National Association of Realtors, your state association of realtors, your local Board of Realtors. Usually your one membership is going to include all of those things. It means if you're a realtor that you are not only a member of the trade organization, but you are committing yourself to the code of ethics that exists for that trade organization. And they have the ability to take and punish you if you don't. There's a process in place if you don't follow the code of ethics. If you're just a real estate agent, that means you are licensed, but you have not become part of the trade organization, you do not have responsibility to that code of ethics. I don't know if that's a major selling point when it comes to the customer. Hey, I'm not member of that nasty real estate agency because I didn't want to be part of that whole code of ethics thing, and frankly, signing an agreement with a buyer just seemed like a bridge too far, so I prefer to do it this way. I didn't think taking and committing any money to that and having access to the MLS was really worth it. I don't know that that's a really easy thing to sell to the customer as a plus benefit to them. It kind of sounds like you're a little bit more of an amateur, a little bit more unworthy of their business. Now, maybe there's a way to sell it that sounds better than that, but for me, that's the differentiator between the two.